Start.
Yo, what up? Where am I at here? Hold on. Oh, there I go. Caleb, what up?
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on?
It's going pretty good. Good evening, everybody.
Dude, got the bad news about the restaurants, bro.
I'm not too happy about that, but hopefully...
Shut it down, bro. What's your timing on that? Mid-April, you said?
Yeah, but who knows if the restaurants open back up? I don't know. I heard 2 weeks or something, but no one really knows.
It's curbside pickup, man. Takeout.
Yeah, totally. You can only do so much of that.
Jamaal, thanks for the $1.99 super sticker chat. Appreciate you, man. Got the $1.99 jump off right off the rip. Man, it is man, the weekend's gone already, man. Holy crap. March 15th, 2020, 9 p.m. Just starting the podcast with me at the early onset is Caleb. I'm your boy, the SMT. Caleb, it's good to have you. Thanks for stopping by to hang out.
Glad to be here.
In terms of guestesses, I'm assuming maybe Carlos, possibly Pete. We'll see. Now, usually we stick to the wireless side, but to be honest with you, tonight I don't really care. It could be wireless. It could be wireline. It could be anything else. It could be food. It could be music. It could be jiu-jitsu, boxing. It could be savings and checking. It could be, seriously, financial advice. We're doing it all here tonight. Anything goes. The only thing, honestly, I'd rather not discuss anything. Nothing politically charged, and nothing, like that would make anybody feel weird. So like that takes a couple things off. But other than that, anything goes, man. As long as it's as long as all the kiddos can listen in, as the adults listen in, then I'm good. We could talk about anything. Really, when I was like naming it tonight, I was just like, I could just call it open mic or whatever. But yeah, it's whatever. CEO of T-Mobile steps down. So actually, his contract expires at the end of April. So I don't know if it's really stepping. I mean, I'm sure there's been a plan in place for how he was going to be exiting the company, and he really isn't leaving the company though. He's changing his role. He's going from the CEO to a board member. He'll have a spot there, and I'm sure he'll still pop his head in. He'll be hanging on to the last 15 hairs on his head, and he'll still be wearing pink shoes and jerseys and stuff. So he'll be around. He just won't be the only attraction, as they say. You think Mike Sievert's going to wear all that stuff? Caleb, you think he's going to be doing the same things?
I mean, he's going to be doing some similar things. I think he's going to be more business mindset, more business acumen. I mean, if you think about it, John he's only going to do one more slow cooker Sunday, and that's it. So it's. I mean, there's no food to cook anyways with the coronavirus, so I can see why that's happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he's going to be more business minded, more hopefully network focused and customer. I think John was pretty customer focused, but I think we mean more in the network and more in the besides what customers are really facing, stuff like that. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I know you wanted to talk about C-band. I got some C-band stuff pulled up, and if you want to know what the process is, and it's just from getting the spectrum from the FCC and implemented and stuff like that. So we can talk about that later if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I would like to talk about the next two auctions as things kind of wrap up this year with spectrum, and then like when does it get deployed, and what does that look like? Who's it going to help? When are we going to connect to it? Where are we going to connect to it? I think those types of discussions. So we'll have those. Yeah, I believe you, Mo. I believe you're right. It was all planned. I think it was just a matter of time. It's, I mean, we've seen relationships grow stale. I'm sure everybody's been in a position where like somebody's worn out their welcome. And I think to a certain extent, and I don't mean it in like a negative way, but if a company is trying to broaden their reach, sometimes they need a different person to do that. And John's, do you remember Al Bundy from Married with Children, Caleb?
I remember that show, and I can't tell how many times he stuck his hand in his pants.
Now, I want you to take his character, and I'm not talking about him personally. I don't know anything about him, but just the character, right? He made you laugh. He was kind of abrasive. He was real negative. But that type of character, it kind of ruined whoever that dude is. I don't know his name, but it kind of ruined his career. And
yeah,
he'll always be known as Al Bundy,
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, if Al Bundy, the guy who played that part, decided he wanted to go on, I don't know, man. Like, if he had the next Transporter movie, like, that can't work, bro.
No.
So I kind of look at John like that. John can't be the next Transporter. He can't be, Southpaw or anything. Like, he can't take on a serious role,
Yeah, I don't know. You'd be surprised. To be honest with you, whenever his next endeavor is, I wouldn't be surprised if he crushes it just as much as he did for T-Mobile. I could see him doing something in the telecommunications space, so.
MT Houston, Texas. Appreciate the super chat, brother. Hey, y'all, have a Note 10 5G unlocked AT&T version. Use my T-Mobile SIM in it, but don't see band 71. Sounds like the case of the AT&T lock. It could be unlocked, but who knows what the firmware is doing. You may have to flash a different ROM on there. Something that I've noticed, and this is if you don't have the universal firmware, and I don't even know if the Note 10 5G, it should be the same as the regular Note 10. I don't know, something tells me that you can fix that or change it, but it's going to take a little bit of, downloading and installation. Ed O'Neill, that's what his name. Yes, Ed O'Neill. Ed O'Neill cannot be the next transporter. He can't be the next Captain America either. Let's see here. It's crazy. All these providers can take off the limitation for an emergency, the flick of a switch, but they don't do it on a regular basis. Good point, Jay. I'd like to see the caps on home internet removed. That should not be a thing. Wireless, they kind of are on most plans. Like people still get deprioed, but the deprio is really an issue of some markets. Some markets deprio doesn't exist, and in some markets it's atrocious. I bet you if I lived in a different city, Caleb, I probably wouldn't have Verizon.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's if you look at the root metrics reports, you'll find that AT&T is really doing a better job than what Verizon is in certain metropolitan, certain dense city areas.
And the general trend of Verizon with customers using more and more data. I mean, I think it's like 12 to 15% of Verizon customers are unlimited. So what happens is that changes as people transition away. It's just a matter of time. I think that number doubles, comes closer to that 20 to 25% mark. I mean, over 95% of T-Mobile customers are on unlimited. And they're also some of the most data intensive users in the market because they've gotten used to unlimited for a long time. Verizon brought back unlimited in 2017. T-Mobile's had it at least since 2015. At least, maybe 14. So, yeah. I mean, I remember being on a limited bucket plan with my family back in like 14. And yeah, I mean, T-Mobile had their limitations. The network wasn't great at the time, but it was unlimited.
I remember when Verizon had their Verizon to Verizon unlimited calling. If you call Verizon subscriber, it's free and unlimited. But if you call, don't you dare call AT&T or T-Mobile, otherwise you'll be hitting them with big overages and minutes and stuff.
Yeah. What's up, Tana? How you doing, brother? Good to have you on, man. Thanks for stopping by. I kill my data on T-Mobile, 100 to 150 gigs a month. Man, I probably use a couple hundred on T-Mobile. I use at least 200 or 300 on Verizon. Probably 500 on AT&T. I don't know, man. I use tons of data. I don't do Wi-Fi, bro. I do not do Wi-Fi. I wonder how my feed is. I'm using I'm connected to my Cox provider connection right now. I don't know. The last stream it was good. I don't know. We'll see what we get this time around. Lose any super chats or anything. I'm just making sure I got everybody. All right, so we got Jamil's, we got MT Houston, Texas. Thank you guys for that, by the way. In these hard times, I don't expect you guys to donate if you can't. No worries. But thank you if you have and if you plan on doing it. Actually, there was somebody who did a PayPal donation earlier, so I do want to give them a special shout out. Let me just make sure I get the name right. Because it wasn't like a usual suspect, like not one of the regular donators. So it was Ming. Ming with the super chat donation. It was a PayPal donation. So thank you for that, Ming. Very nice of you. Thank you so much. Also, Roman and the Prey. Thanks for the donation, man. Thank you guys. Already with the generosity. Appreciate you guys very much. Okay. So let's start with a little bit of wireless. Let's see where this thing goes. All right, let's start with CBRS, Caleb, if that's okay with you.
CBRS? Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so real quick, just to highlight, we've got an auction this summer, June, right?
Yes, it's going to be June 25th.
Mm-hmm.
CBRS, I think
70 megahertz.
Correct. Yeah, it's going to, the CBRS band is from 3.55 gigahertz, 3.7 gigahertz. There is, look at my thing here.
I want to say it's 10 megahertz blocks.
That's correct. Yeah, it's 10 megahertz blocks. I actually pulled up every state and county with a FIPS code as far as what's going where. But yeah, you're correct. It's 10 megahertz blocks. And this is going to be for the priority access, and then you have 3 different tiers. But yeah, it's gonna be low power, for small cell base. So I don't think the transmission power on the radios is going to be anything over 10, 20 watts. So that's what it's going to be. It's going to be very low power. I'm trying to look that up, but I think it's going to be about 10 watts of TX power going from the radios, maybe 20 max, and probably won't be anything more than 20. But like I said, this will be used for capacity, small cell applications to booster speed and capacity in dense city areas and stuff like that.
Okay, so Tana, this is Caleb. He is an engineer in wireless technology. He's worked for several different carriers, been in the industry a while. I want to say at least 2 decades. The better part of 2 decades.
I worked for all the carriers, but I had different roles. I used to be a lineman for AT&T. I used to be a central office tech for Verizon in the central office, and running fiber and DS3 run stuff like that. Then I jumped over to Verizon Wireless and network engineering there, and as a cell site tech and network engineering. And then I also did RF mod engineering for Verizon. And I jumped over to Sprint and complete RF engineering and optimization. So it's been a roller coaster, but it's been fun.
I'll tell you. All right, Caleb, I'm sorry to disrupt you. Hey, M-Ball, if you're gonna act up in the chat, bro, you can be gone, man. Just kick rocks, get out of here. It's not necessary. I really don't want to treat people like children in here. But hey, man, I have no problem get you out of here. Just get you off the channel. If you don't belong, you don't belong, man. It's as simple as that. It's not that type of community. It's not that type of channel. Don't have any time or any tolerance for that nonsense. So this is the last warning you're going to get. I'll ban you again. I lifted the ban from you to be nice to you, but I'll ban you again and you could be gone, bro. I don't really care. All right. We're all grown-ups here. We're all grown people with manners. We're socialized, right? We're cultured. We don't have to act like animals. All right. We don't have to act ridiculous and disrespectful. So if you don't like it, you can go, or I can force you out. So that's on you. However you want to do this, that's how we could do it. Sorry, Caleb.
No worries.
It happens once in a while when people cross the line. So
I don't even have the live chat open.
It's all good. Thanks for the update on that, the CBRS piece. So the way we're getting the impression on CBRS, it's going to help situationally. It's going to be a market by market basis. Certain carriers are going to be probably more active than others. I think, I look at who's going to be using. I see Verizon snagging up a couple licenses, right? Or a couple of chunks doing like 10 or 20, megahertz or whatever. And I mean, if there's 70 up for dibs, like, does T-Mobile even bother? Does AT&T really care all that much? Like, they're like, okay, yeah, we'll get a little bit of that. But I almost feel like it's just going to be, I want to call it kind of experimental a little bit, only because I know they're going to be transitioning that CBRS initially to LTE, and then I know it's going to become DSS, or it's going to be moved over and refarmed for 5G. Because it is so high frequency, I don't traditionally, does it even really have a place in LTE? Caleb, you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Yes, sorry. I'm sorry. I totally your stream froze for a second there. I missed like the last half of what you said.
Oh, so
Sorry about that.
It frozen on? Was it on my side?
I think it was on my side though.
Oh, I was saying that I think Verizon gets a little bit of this.
Yes.
I think AT&T gets a little bit of this. T-Mobile might too, but like the way I'm looking at it is I see it almost as an experimental license holding. Like they're gonna start it out as LT, but I think eventually it ends up as 5G.
Yeah, that's correct. I see I agree with you. I see little, the carriers, Verizon, AT&T, Mobile, just getting a little bit of the pie. Like I said, it's only 10 megahertz, so the bandwidth constraints are. It's gonna help.
Hold on, Caleb. Pause. Hold on 1 second. Hey, M-Ball, you're gone, bro. Peace. All right, go ahead.
I see that the 10 megahertz blocks, it's going to help out a little bit. You're going to have to put a bunch of them. I mean, a bunch all down the streets and stuff like that. Because if you think about it, when you can't have, a bunch of users just on every small cell, so few and far between. You're going to have to put a lot of these in here, right? Because a 10 megahertz bandwidth, that's going to go up quick, especially if you have a lot of users on that particular small cell. But it is going to be LTE first, that we know for sure, and then transitioning shortly into 5G. Now, here's the thing: we are going to couple the band 40. I'm trying to get my notes here. The band 46 and the band 48 nodes together. Which I think that's unlicensed, I believe.
48. 48 CBRS, right?
Yeah.
46 is currently LAA, right?
That's right. Yeah, correct. Yeah. So basically, you can put, since they're so close in frequency range, you can put those two, together. And that's what I'm going to see as far as probably on the pole. Now that will help out, especially that's going to be huge, and that's enough. That's enough for like a, for capacity as far as the small cells goes. If you put those two and two together, everything will be fine. I think that's what the carriers are going to do. That's why they're not going to. I'm guessing that for the 10 megahertz blocks, that's why they're probably not going to buy, So that's not why they're going to buy so much licenses. They'll probably just say, hey, we're capacity strained in like New York. Let's spend most of our money for the licenses in New York, right? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's usually how that works. We usually have what we call national system performance engineers, which is different from a local engineer. National system performance engineers and national RF engineers, they look at the whole market. They may look at like 5 states at a time, right? To gauge performance and stuff like that. So, or they
I hear Philadelphia is constrained for like the network congestion for Verizon, for example. Is that going to be something they would focus on there? Like, hey, let's get like 30 megahertz over there or something like that.
Yeah. For example, you can do. I mean, we'll just take New York for example. Let's say the New York boroughs like Queens. I'm trying to think. I'm not familiar with New York that much. The Queens, the Bronx, the whatever, like those two, boroughs. They're definitely going to, get the 10 megahertz licenses for those areas. They may just skip the outskirts, but we got to. It's kind of like instead of like follow the money, you follow the capacity. That's what it is. So.
Roman and the Prey with the donation. Thanks again, buddy. Is C-Spire independent? So you're using the term independent as if I should know exactly what you mean there. I'm not sure if I do. When you say independent, do you mean like, are they like a corporation that's owned publicly by shareholders, or what do you think he means there, Caleb? Is C-Spire independent? I'm not really sure.
I mean, C-Spire, I think they're I'm trying to remember. C-Spire, they're a southern carrier, I think, if I remember correctly.
I mean, I'm familiar with the C-Spire, the company, but
right.
I'm not sure what it means by independent.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're out of Ridgeland, Mississippi. Yes, that's right.
They're considered a regional internet provider, right?
The original cell phone provider. C Spire is. They do have a little bit of spectrum here and there, but they're the regional southern states provider. Let me look at their. See if I can pull up a coverage map of what their native coverage is really quick.
I mean, I do see them pop up sometimes on Spectrum auctions. They do some purchases here and there. Let's see here.
They do. I'm looking at it's those little spots every here and there. I mean,
wonder who they're roaming on when they do little national stuff.
I want to say it used to be Sprint, but I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. I do see their coverage map. Their native coverage is pretty limited. It looks like freeways on most of the eastern part of the U.S., to the east of the Mississippi, sort of, but they do have a lot of coverage in Texas, too. Yeah, and they're loaded in Mississippi. I see that now.
Yeah, here we go. I was right. Yeah, Sprint teams with C Spire and LTE roaming. Yeah, so I was right. They're a LTE roaming provider for Sprint. Now I don't know if that contract is going to end with the new T-Mobile. I'm not sure. I don't follow C Spire. I know people in the Mississippi area love it.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, cool. They don't have many options in Mississippi, from what I understand. They couldn't wait to make a deal with T-Mobile. When they were flipping that state. All they had to do was say, hey, we're going to cover 90% of the state with 5G and stuff. And they were like, yeah, we're on board. Sign us up,
Yeah, I have been reading the reports as far as, from Reddit, stuff like that they're extremely, extremely excited about the T-Mobile merger. So I'm glad T-Mobile was able to, come to agreement with Mississippi and stuff like that. And which is good for all, good for C Spire. To be honest with you, I could see someone buying them up. I really can. I could see someone. I could see somebody acquiring C Spire.
I mean, think about it. They've got all those hotspots. They've got all the fiber installed in those areas. They're valuable. I mean, for a company that's already covering a large part of the U.S., what if T-Mobile, for example, didn't think about that? I'd be surprised if it wasn't an option moving forward.
I'm surprised either Verizon or AT&T hasn't acquired them by now. I know one provider that will never sell out to anybody, and that's U.S. Cellular. U.S. Cellular is a family-based wireless provider, and they will never sell out. But
just on principle, I think they never would.
Yeah, no, exactly right. Yeah, but I can see somebody buying C Spire, and I hope it's T-Mobile. Maybe they will. Maybe they. I think that'd be cool.
What's up, Jay? He says, big fan. Glad to have you, man. Thanks for being a fan. Work at T-Mobile. Haven't seen layoffs. I understand there should be some in Metro and T-Mobile, but not here in Colorado. Yeah. Hopefully it doesn't affect as many people as we expect. I guess Metro's is going to be in the thousands. We'll see what happens on postpaid, but I could tell you I have seen store closings on the postpaid side. So, they like to do Metro separately, but I've seen dealers get closed for T-Mobile. Okay, so C Spire roams on Sprint. User bands 25, 26, and 4. I'm guessing 41. He meant.
Yeah, 41. That's correct. Yeah.
Jark Cohen with the donation. Thanks, buddy. When will we see Speed Boost T-Mobile in Philly? Well, I guess technically this week. I don't know when they're going to be flipping switches or getting software going, but from what I understand, from what Caleb's explained to me, stuff is ready to go. We're talking probably, since they hold 29 megahertz, can we safely say 15 by 15?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean,
that's pretty good, man. If you're in Philadelphia and you all of a sudden get 15 megahertz of added spectrum frequencies, like your network probably goes from like 5 to 10 megabit average. You probably double.
Yeah, that's an
you
additional.
probably
That's
get
additional at least 40 to 50 meg, in my opinion.
that much.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If they're doing it like a 15 by 15, yeah, sure. Now, I hope that's what they do. I think that's what they'll do.
Yeah, I think about a city like Philadelphia, man. I know it's got a lot of people, so
Yeah.
they could use it, man.
Yep.
Could I answer Gene's question? What's Gene's question? Let me try to track back. My friend has Boost. He just wants to know when will his device update to the T network, says MVNO. Oh, hey, Tech Love Mom. I'm still trying to find Gene's question.
Was that his question?
Maybe it's this one.
I think so.
How will they do the billing? Billing will be completely separate for Boost. The connection, it's going to run over the T-Mobile and Sprint shared network, whatever that ends up looking like. So I would say that the shared network between T-Mobile and Sprint will automatically be better than anything Sprint had solo individually. So I would expect people would have a better experience overall, especially after like say 6 to 8 months for sure. Just when the integration is pretty much all there and more Band 41 gets completed in terms of build out areas that haven't received it, tower sites that are getting upgraded. Caleb will keep us in the loop on that as things start to change.
Yep.
What's up, Slouts? Good to have you on. Alex says, what's going to happen to Sprint stock post-merger? It's been going up. I mean, it hit rock bottom. I've never seen a telecom stock drop below $5. I mean, that was pretty crazy to see that. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I knew things were bad at Sprint, but when the money's gone, man, like, God, people had been abandoning ship for a long time. People stopped having faith in Sprint a few years ago because when their shares started to lose value, people thought to themselves, do I just hold on and wait for it to get better? Or do I sell? And at that point, they should have sold. And that's when the shares were down under like $20. People were worried because they used to be double that. I mean, even T-Mobile is, I think, currently in the upper 70s. Aren't they about $78 or $79? The only company, the only company that hasn't gone up to the merger is Dish, which is kind of weird. I guess maybe because they're still considered traditional satellite TV, and that side of the business is poor. But even Sling didn't do very good for them. So I'm guessing that's probably why their shares haven't jumped, and they haven't really shown anything in terms of their wireless network yet. So I think once they start to compete, like let's say they start their business with 10 million customers, right? If within the first year they add another 10 million organically, and I know it seems weird, like why would they add, how could they add 10 million in a year? Well, the reason I think they could is because people may be looking for like something different than Sprint or T-Mobile. And there's enough reason to leave Verizon at times, and there's enough reason to leave AT&T at times. What if they price it really nicely? What if they come in postpaid and say we're going to be offering $59.99 full access on the new T-Mobile network, and you're going to have access to our 5G, which is going to be standalone this summer. I don't know how much of it they'll have, but you'll have access to it, right, on a postpaid account. So that would be really cool, and I think people would be willing to try it, especially if they came in, $60 for an unlimited plan, which is cheaper than, Sprint or T-Mobile, or definitely cheaper than Verizon and AT&T. Verizon and AT&T are closer to like that $70 mark for unlimited. So if you were $10 cheaper, that's enough to get somebody to switch. I mean, Caleb, you could do the math, bro. We're talking about 15% difference. Right. Like people would leave, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I what's been kind of just since you said that, what's been happening in my mind is that I'm really curious what the prices postpaid prices will be coming 3 years time after the T-Mobile the promised increases are up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
what's up, Tech Fury Needs? Good to have you on. At Steve Mobile Tech in Memphis, T-Mobile speed test is 80 megs on the down, 30 on the up. That's pretty good for a metro city.
Yeah, that's good.
Seriously, I think a lot of people start seeing these speed tests like I post speed tests when I'm getting like 200 plus, right? Not everybody's seeing that, especially when you have towers that are loaded. Like there's lots of people using them. I say that I'm blessed. I live in a market where towers are basically every 2 or 3 miles, and they're all upgraded for the most part. Pretty much every tower has newer, panels. They've been, if they weren't upgraded in 2019, they were upgraded in 2018. And there's not much left to do in 2020 until we get 5G. So to be honest with you, like not every market's the same, and I haven't traveled in a while. I've been pretty much stuck in the CLE for the last couple of years. I haven't been able to do much, but when I have traveled, I've noticed that not every market, especially on the freeways, like how are you ever going to get near enough to a tower where you're going to get 200 megabits per second? I could tell you in San Diego, they weren't getting those speeds when I was there a few years ago. I was there probably 3 years ago. I was averaging like 20 to 30 megabits per second.
Yeah, it's tough in San Diego. San Diego's actually, it's tough for at least, for me at least, even though it's not really my area, but I still try to help out because of the, the permitting. Not everybody wants a tower in San Diego versus LA. It's like, oh, sure, So San Diego is different, especially when if we have to fix a site, just to get the, us like a small cell, the road permits are like insane. It takes like months.
I actually forgot to do this at the beginning of the show. Let me do some community highlights and mentions real quick. The SMT Patreon page, $1, $2, and $3 tiers. If you'd like to become a member to get exclusive access to content, videos, perks, interactions, live streams, join a community of like-minded network tech enthusiasts. Also, there's a link in the description box for the second channel, Steam Mobile Tech live streams, where all these live stream podcasts get archived. Then we have the @SNEED Tech Twitter handle and Megadon.net. Never need another social media platform ever again. No algorithms, no ads, no tracking. Megadon.net. I have been to Detroit recently. I want to say a few months ago. They've got pretty nice performance pretty much from all the carriers. Can't say that I tested Sprint, but I did test T-Mobile and it was really fast. Verizon was really good, and so was AT&T. So they're pretty much upgraded over there for the most part. Yeah. Columbus, I remember, was pretty good when I visited there. Then Cincinnati was pretty good. Most of the cities, well-developed cities in Ohio and the interstate are pretty good. Where I hear people have a lot of trouble are in very rural areas of the South, and we still don't have much LT in the Northwest. Like Montana and Wyoming, the population is just not there. So the carriers are not motivated to build out, I think Verizon did a good job of buying all the regional carriers and then calling it their native coverage. So, and they haven't really reinvested in those places. They're just like, hey, we got coverage. Enjoy band 13 out there, I guess.
Right.
So like anytime I've ever traveled by car in some of those places, as long as I'm getting LT, I'm actually pretty happy. I need some Pandora. I need maps. It's good. It's fine. There's no band 66 to save the day out there. Not happening.
No.
Oh, we got a PayPal donation. This one is from James W. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. $10 PayPal donation. Thank you. I love the PayPal donations because those don't get split. The donation goes straight to the SMT. It doesn't go to the tube, as they say. They get 1/3 of every super chat. So when you do a PayPal donation, the entire donation goes to Yasmin, and of course that makes her piggy bank happy. I watched Frozen today with Yasmin. I don't know if you ever watched that movie, Caleb.
Yes, I have. With my niece and nephew, the song is like still stuck in my head permanently.
Let it go. Oh my god, bro. It was on.
Yeah.
And that snowman, bro. I got to know the snowman, the
snow-
Olaf.
Yeah.
Bro. He's tripping. He does this goofy thing in this weird enchanted forest. Yeah, man. The whole shebang.
Did you get a chance to watch the movie Snowden or no?
No, I will be doing that. How long is it?
I think it's like.
Is it more than 2 hours?
No.
Okay.
Maybe an hour and a half.
If it's an hour and a half, I could probably squeeze it in tonight. I really didn't want to be on for more than an hour. So if I wrap up at 10 o'clock, I could probably get it started and be done before I need to get to bed. So
right on.
I got to be up to bake. I don't know if you know this, but I'm a baker part-time.
Right on, dude. Mm-hmm. I love bread.
Yeah, bro. I when you come to the CLE, I want you to stop by and visit my dad's bakery, man. Come on through and we'll have lunch and I'll show you around and stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good.
Hey, thanks, Sean. Appreciate you, man. I know Sean knows all about the trying to save for the little ones, man. I know he's got some kiddos, so yeah, the PayPals and the donos and the super chats are greatly appreciated. What's up, Greg? So school's funny. School's going to be online instruction. So we'll be using Google Classroom as our medium for distributing or providing learning experiences for our students. You want to hear something crazy, Caleb?
Yeah, sure.
We're posting assignments. We're recommending readings. We're putting like web quests and virtual labs because I'm a science teacher. We're doing all this. And the students are not obligated. They're not being held accountable for completing the work. So we're not allowed.
Like no late assignments, no late markings, none of that, or is that?
Bro, I'm not allowed to grade the work. I can give them feedback. I can say they do something wrong. Like if they submit something and they're like, hey, could you take a look at this? Make sure I did this problem right. Like let's say we're doing genetics, Punnett squares and stuff. You remember those?
Kinda. It's been so long, but yeah.
Yeah. So like, you take the dominant allele and the recessive allele and what's the probability of the offspring and all. Yeah. Okay. So, like let's say I give them some problems like that and I assign it. Number one, they don't have to turn it in. They're not obligated to. If they do, I can provide feedback, but I can't grade it and I can't put anything in the grade book. Right. And then to make matters worse, there's no penalty or any way to assess them. So I don't know. It's state mandate. I don't know what, but they still want me to assign stuff. So
it's better. I mean, I don't know. I always say that, my motto has always been education is power. Right. So,
yeah.
The more you educate the students, the better. They're at that young age to where they're able to soak up a lot of learning. I mean, me, even though we're the same age, I mean, it's always hard to remember what day it is. But no, it's really interesting because like the students, like I was talking to my best friend, like his kids, they're actually learning coding in school.
Nice, we have a computer programming department. We have
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't have that back in school.
I know, and we also have like a CAD program.
Yeah, that's
awesome. We have a pre-engineering program. Like we got a lot at our school, and then we even send kids for vocational training. Like we have a partnership with another local school that has specialized instruction.
Right. Yeah,
for kids that's trying to do non-traditional education, Tech Love and Mama, good to have you on. I teach all secondary grades, so I have biology students, which are usually 9th and 10th grade, and then my environmental science class is filled with juniors and seniors. So I get the whole gauntlet of high school kids. I got the big kids, the ones that can feed themselves, the ones that can go to the bathroom by themselves, and should know better than to spread germs. So they should know to use a tissue and stuff like that.
Do you want to talk about the C-band auction, band 43?
Yeah. Let's do band 43, man.
Sure. So it looks like that's going to happen December 8th.
Ooh, the day after my birthday.
Yep.
All right.
Let's see what else here. FCC is going to give satellite operators incentive payments, and they can clear the first 100 megahertz of C-band. spectrum by 2021. The remaining 180 megahertz by 2023. We're going to have a 20 megahertz guard band. A guard band is basically a separation between frequencies, so as not to cause interference with adjacent operators. This is going to be in the 3.7 gigahertz range. The satellite operators are going to have to move to the upper portion. So basically, here's the thing: the satellite operators, they have 500 megahertz, right, of C-band spectrum. That's going to be cut in half to about 200 megahertz. So they're going to have to move to the upper portion, of the 3.7 gigahertz band. Just that's at 200 megahertz bandwidth, whatever the frequency allocations end up being once they do the move. But this is going to be good. I predict Verizon's going to go heavy on this auction. And that'll be it. That's pretty much, this is where the mid band is like gold. This is perfect mid band spectrum to provide capacity, speeds. So I can see definitely Verizon, maybe AT&T going big in this auction.
You see Verizon getting 80 megahertz of the first 100?
Yep, I do.
Do you see Verizon getting another 80 in the back part of the auction?
I do, and that's
so you got them coming in at about 160 megahertz, huh?
At least.
Wow. Because there's 280. There's 280 total, so they're going to walk away
280 total. That's the thing. Yeah,
with 2/3 of it.
Right, and I can see AT&T maybe taking the additional. I don't know. It could be 80,
bro.
It could be this. It could be Verizon gets 100, AT&T gets maybe 80 megahertz, and the rest divvied up between T-Mobile and the most of the smaller players. That's maybe what might happen. I think AT&T is going to spend probably to what close Verizon's doing, and the only reason why I say that is because look what they just did in the recent millimeter wave auction, right? And then think about it. Here's the thing: AT&T, they need that mid band the most.
AT&T does?
Both Verizon and AT&T. AT&T does have their WCS spectrum though, but if you think about it, if I was AT&T, I would want that more than. I mean, if I was AT&T, I want that way more than Verizon, because Verizon, they have all the millimeter wave spectrum, right? So I would really I would spend Verizon if I was AT&T in this auction, because that's the thing. Think about it. If I was AT&T, I don't have not nearly enough as millimeter wave licenses I got, as Verizon does.
I want to call back to something. So when it comes to phone hardware, millimeter wave devices are all really expensive. Mid-band is going to be a sub-6 gigahertz connection that we'll see mid-rangers for. I don't see mid-rangers with millimeter wave this year. Every single mid-band capable sub-6 gigahertz. I don't know. Things could change, Caleb. I get what you're saying. I know we're looking at the different spectrum allocations, like where Verizon is at, but that's mid-band can help way more people and alleviate the stress of the network than the millimeter wave can.
Right, and as far as the chipsets in the phones, the 765G that the Pixel 5 is going to get, that does millimeter wave and sub-6.
Jamil, thanks for the super chat. Yeah, but they're not. It's not available for Verizon yet. The one that does the millimeter wave, the S20. You have to get an S20 Plus or the Ultra for.
Right, but no, I'm just talking about because I'm talking about future phones like the Pixel 5 and stuff like that, and future phones after that. That's going to get that already has the sub-6 and millimeter wave modem chipset in it, right? So that's what's going to be the de facto standard. That 755 chipsets to get the millimeter wave and the sub-6 into customers' hands.
Jamil, thanks for the $5 super chat. Got the hand slap. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. He's always doing the stickers. Man, so it's going to be a lot harder to deploy millimeter wave to a large area than say mid-band. Would you say twice as difficult in terms of like space and footprint?
I would say three times much as
harder.
difficult because
so like spending wise,
yeah, not just that, but it's just from a geography standpoint, putting it on buildings and putting, light poles is one thing. But what about the people in like hilly valleys, like the hills and the deserts? That's going to be three times. It drives me nuts when I have to work with the engineers over at in Death Valley, California. Because it's like, oh, but what do you want me to do?
Could they do millimeter wave from satellite in those situations?
Well, here's the thing. That's how I was kind of on the last live stream that we had. That's how I was referencing earlier. You got companies like Amazon, SpaceX launching, internet satellites, right?
Yeah.
And also, and here's the thing. This is what DirecTV. I'm sorry. This is what AT&T should do. This is what AT&T should do. They need to repurpose their DirecTV spectrum for mobile broadband satellite. Just cancel the DirecTV. Just use it for mobile broadband internet. Yeah. They have all that spectrum, dude.
How much is it, you think?
I know it's a lot. I don't know.
You think it's like more than 100 megahertz nationally?
Yeah, exactly. Wow. Because they have the, think about it. The satellites have to have that. All they need
I'm gonna look it up actually, kid. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's fine.
You brought that up.
Yeah, they just need to repurpose it for mobile broadband. If you think about it, they stopped AT&T stopped promoting the DirecTV already. They stopped promoting their Uverse, right? Now they're on this 18. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. See, here's the thing. They're on this AT&T TV thing with all, with the with the Android set-top boxes and stuff. If they can couple that with some millimeter wave, from the satellites, as a backhaul, or just as strictly just service to begin with, I think that'll be really good. I could see that doing that in the future. I really can, because I don't think their satellite business is just they're going to shut that down, bro. Eventually, they're not going to. They're not promoting it. Sure. They're not going to. They're definitely going to use that spectrum for mobile broadband. I can almost guarantee it.
It is okay. So it pretty much all the satellite TVs were running on 600 megahertz. Is that pretty much the standard?
No, the frequency range,
because like that looks like what it is. It's 600 megahertz
for backhaul, I believe, but for
okay.
you need the Ka band. That's what they operate in. So the Ka band, you got Ku, that's for Dish Network, and they got Ka band. The Ka band frequencies are 26.5 gigahertz to 40 gigahertz. So if you think about it, like I said, it was yesterday, that falls in line within the range of millimeter wave spectrum at Verizon's 28 gigahertz and now 37 and 39 gigahertz. See, there's a reason why nothing is over 60 gigahertz, right? They always keep it on anything under 60 gigahertz. And the reason why that is due to rain fade. That's why your DirecTV satellites at this frequency range, when it starts raining and everything, that's why it cuts out, So, but then again, from their frequency range, on the Ka band, 26.5 to 40 gigahertz, they can use that spectrum to provide a mobile broadband. It's going to have high lag, high latency, but I could see them do it. I would do it.
Here's the problem with DirecTV, and this is why Caleb's probably right in what they should do. As of Q1 2017, DirecTV had 21 million subs, 26 million when combined with Uverse, and a revenue of 12 billion. They currently have less than 16 million subs.
That's correct. Yeah.
So they have lost 5 million subs in less than 3 years.
Yep. So if I was a CEO, I think, what am I going to do with this satellite business that's not going anywhere? Shut it down. Repurpose it for mobile broadband.
Actually, you could probably make money by filing a bankruptcy and then just,
or it could sell the spectrum or whatever.
Right. Yeah. You got to make a move and cut losses,
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I don't think their AT&T TV is going to do anything for them. I don't see anybody going for that. That's why I think they're going to make some moves some strategic moves at their direct TV spectrum and platform soon.
Wow, it was a $50 billion purchase, man.
That's correct.
Wow.
That's just.
Bro, can we talk about AT&T for a second?
I think that's yeah, sure.
Okay, they bought Time Warner for $100 billion.
Correct.
They bought DirecTV for $50 billion. That's $150 billion in debt.
Yeah, it's a 49 billion. But I think here's the thing.
They only paid $20 billion last year on it.
Right.
So, and I don't even know what their operational debt is. So maybe it's higher, but I know that's $150 billion.
Right. So I think the smart move that they did was to buy the Time Warner purchase. They have the content, right? They have HBO. They're really promoting HBO. So if I was them, why not just have, the bubble broadband service stream down to the people's phones off that millimeter frequency and get free, and get HBO wherever you want. How cool would that be? You get like HBO from the satellites, bro, straight to your phone. Cool.
Yeah.
Dude, that would make me happy. Cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah, they can do it.
What are they just running the app right now for HBO?
You can do the app. You can do the app on a Roku. You can do the app on AT&T now.
Or any app store.
You can in App Store. You can do it. Yeah, you can do it on your phone. But I mean, I know there's especially like when Game of Thrones was out. I'm sure there's going to be some big TV series there. I think it'd be the coolest thing in the world to repurpose that spectrum. Because no one, from satellite. Give it to your mobile phone, man. And if you think about it, this would be great for people in other countries, that actually that would have AT&T or they have, for people that travel frequently to get in tap with their services, especially on HBO. I think that'd be the coolest thing in the world.
So speaking of things that don't make sense, Verizon is launching Yahoo Mobile.
Yeah.
What is that, bro? So Yahoo Mobile, Yahoo in and of itself is not what it used to be. Like nobody really runs to Yahoo for anything in particular anymore. It used to be for news, it used to be for search, it used to be for like your email, your inbox, and pretty much all that's gone to Google and everything has gone to Gmail. So their name recognition, it's got this old legacy to it. Verizon purchased Yahoo and Bloomberg, and they did the Go 90 thing. Pretty much all that oath stuff has been a failure, and they kind of hedged their bets on it, and they went with like a YouTube TV partnership with their Home 5G, and they got the Disney Plus deal and all of that stuff. So here they are trying to salvage something out of Yahoo, I think. And it's basically visible priority and visible type service, but they're calling it Yahoo, and they're giving you access to some premium email offering. I can't say I'm familiar with it. I don't use the service, but a lot of people are thinking maybe I'll try it and see if it's any different than
it was the Yahoo Pro email. I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't think it costed Verizon barely anything to set this up. Right. I don't think it was much overhead involved in this at all. I think this will be.
But it doesn't have the party pay that Visible has. That's really the rest of it's the same, I think, as Visible.
Yeah, true. But I think it's just going to be just a slow, steady revenue stream for much how the Boost Mobile is, right? They'll be able to push the Visible on the Yahoo. Okay, so I don't, like I said, there wasn't much overhead for them to set this up. So we'll see what happens with that. I personally don't think it will be a failure, to be honest with you. I think it'll be good.
Who do you think Visible took when those customers? I kind of see Visible as a successful prepaid arm now. It's been about a year or so since it's been out. Do you think they took Cricket customers? Do you think they took Metro customers? Who do you think they got? Because they have been adding subscribers, but see, Verizon never really took prepaid seriously. They don't even really do MVNOs very seriously.
You're right. Yeah, I do. But hey, Carlos, but here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. I kind of want to make a prediction on this, and here, I'll tell you why. I think Visible Yahoo Mobile. You can throw them in together if you want. I think those two will have more subscribers than what the Dish Network will, give it time. But I think that's what will happen. I could seriously see that Verizon prepaid brand overtaking Dish
Boost,
Boost,
whatever.
Dish and Boost. Yes, I can see that.
Hey. Wait, is that you dogging Dish and Boost, or is that you big upping to Verizon and the other guys?
It's both.
What up, bruh? What's going
What
on,
up,
guys?
Carlos? You in LA, man?
Bruh?
Are you in LA, buddy?
Not in LA right now, bruh. Ah!
Is that Apple?
You got some iPhones. He's happy.
Yeah, bro. I got cash, bro. Look,
Oh, jeez.
bro, cash, baby. We got them S20 Ultras and shit, bro. We got that money. We got 10 phones. What's happening?
Send me something, bro.
Bruh, we got that money rolling, bruh.
Let me a little
Because
shun.
They're closing everything down, dude. Apple's
Yep.
closed. Even Verizon.
Yep.
What are we supposed to do, bro?
I think it's good.
It's bad.
Yeah, I've been trying to do as much online stuff as possible, right?
No,
So
it's not good, bro.
what
for
else are
me,
you gonna
bro.
do? I mean, eBay or something,
It's messing with my business.
Bro, people don't want to get sick, bro. People don't want to be sick.
Well, bro, they didn't take it seriously. Now they want to take it seriously.
Yeah, it's true, man.
I've been taking it serious since the first announcement, bro. Nobody wanted to take it serious. This is what happens.
Well,
I've been
I think there's been two
warning
issues.
people.
It seems like everybody's on one side of the extreme. Some people didn't take it seriously at all, thought it was a joke, thought it was just a hoax or whatever. And then other people were like, I'm buying up all the toilet paper and hand sanitizer. So we've seen too much. Like, take 90% of the population, they all are on either of those sides. There's 10% of people somewhere in the middle that are like, yeah, I don't want to get sick, but I mean, I can't let this devastate my life for the next 3 months. So I'm going to have to find a way to still be a functional citizen in society without increasing my risk to the infection. People are doing like daps now. They're doing pounds, they're not doing the bro hugs and all that. And a lot of people aren't going to like public gatherings of 50 or more, which I've been saying for the last week. That stuff needs to stop. And guess what my school did on Friday? A gathering of 100 teachers in the same room. And guess who was not in that room, bro? Guess who was not in that room? Your boy was not in that room, bro. No, he was in there, bro. Everybody was in there except me. I was 10 feet away from the doorway. I could hear everything. I could see everything, but I was not going in there, bro. And everybody was looking at me crazy. And I'm like, I cannot understand how you guys are in this room right now, knowing what we know. This is insane. You kicked kids out of this building, but you put yourselves in here. How does that make any sense?
That's how like the way things are never gonna say.
Oh man, Carlos, you sound like Megatron right now, bro.
Bro, I'm happy right now. I just got done working, bro.
Jamaal just bought a S20 Plus, 2 Galaxy Tab S6s. Don't let me show them to you.
Bro,
Everybody buying stuff, bro? Is that what's going on?
It just felt good to be able to concentrate, bro. With no distractions, get business done. Felt good.
The business. So, Carlos, there's no restaurants, no eat-in, restaurants and stuff like that in Ohio. So, Caleb was supposed to go to make a visit into the CLE, and that could all be compromised, man. We were supposed to be kicking at this one spot, and that's probably not going to happen if things don't improve or change in the next month.
Bro, they got Apple that's close to the 27th. They're going to do an evaluation. They got Verizon, bro. Like, literally, hold on, where's my phone? I took a picture of that thing.
Yeah, but a lot of this stuff can be done. by web, you know, and sending in stuff and shipping.
Well, not through my
You know.
business, bro.
I know.
It's putting me out of business.
Are you gonna be non-functional, bro?
Pretty much.
Dang, you're gonna have to dig into the savings, dog.
Bruh, this is a Verizon store. A store that was supposed to close at 9 o'clock today. It's closed.
Oh man, that's yeah. When I read that, I'm like, oh, this is bad.
Bro, they got the T Wieners, bro. They got the T Weenies closed.
Closed in the malls, yeah. Horrible.
Bro, I saw Peter Adderton tweeted a YouTube video of people in Australia. Somebody had like 10, 12 packs of toilet paper inside of their cart. And, bro, they were at each other's necks, bro. They were trying to choke each other. They were ripping each other's hair out.
Like, that's not Charmin.
Yeah, run that Charmin, bro. Like, it was crazy, man.
Bro, my rear end needs it more than yours, bro.
I just think the schools are closed, the cell phone stores, stuff like that, but the engineers are still committed to the 60-day pledge of hell to keep everybody connected.
You guys are the best. We love you.
Yeah, I know that's what they're saying.
Are you using T-Weenie? No, I'm not using T-Weenie, bro. I'm using AT&T. I'm using the Ultra right now, the Ultrini. We're rocking the Ultrini right now.
Hey, bro, you got rid of the Rayzini with the quickness. You got rid of the Z Flip with the quickness. How long are you gonna keep this for? 7 days, bro?
Nah, bro. This one's the keeper, bro. For right now, it's the keeper. I'm sending in the trade in the Note 10 that I'm gonna send in to get the $700 credit to stick. I'm gonna send it in tomorrow to make it official. I'm keeping it.
You know, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were talking about a student. So I was at school. I guess a student had purchased a bunch of like aloe vera, isopropyl alcohol. Like he had made all this hand sanitizer, and he was bottling it and selling it on eBay. And everybody is celebrating these people for hoarding all of this stuff. How could you celebrate that? Like, you're supposed to take what you need. And especially in times like this, I've never been one to hoard. I've never been one. Like, money doesn't really move me either. See, the thing about money is this. There's always a dollar that you're chasing. You're never going to have all the earth's money or all the economy's money. So you'll never be satisfied. If money's the only thing that moves you, you're always chasing a dollar. You'll chase a dollar until you lay in your casket. And then, like, at that point, it's like, well, what was it really all about? Like, what did you live for? You're gonna say on your tombstone, I was chasing money my whole life. Like, who wants that?
Bruh. If you're sitting here chasing money, you might as well go get a money tree and put it in your backyard, bruh.
Yeah, like, if you believe that, I got a oceanfront property in Idaho for you for sale if you're interested.
Right? Shit, man.
Like, here lies Caleb, collector of 2 toilet paper rolls.
I was gonna say, Ray, I got you, bro. I'll sell it to you for $50, bro. 2 rolls. I got you, bro.
Hey, I got that Charmin Ultra Soft, bro. The Ultra Soft Mega Roll.
Yeah, the one where you hit 2 rolls together and it turns into powder and it just chalks up in the air.
Bro, no, bro. This is the one that has the alloy, bro. You know, when you wipe, it's just the sensation, bro. So you're clean.
Sensation. Oh my god, the vocabulary.
I'm happy right now, bro.
I'm happy for you that you're happy, man. You know that.
Yeah, like I actually got to make some dough. I don't smoke, sweetie. Sorry. I was just asking me for a cigarette, bro. I don't smoke. What the fuck do I look like?
Oh my god. Hey, Tennessee man sitting on almost 18,000 bottles of hand sanitizer saying he's doing a public service. What is he doing with the 18,000 bottles?
Bruh. He might as well pour it all over himself, just like the bleach guy that tried to do that. Bruh. Bruh.
Wipes going for $100. What about people that have families that have little kids that need wipes? Like, I can't be hoarding that.
I'm gonna be hoarding Pepsi, bro.
Hey, there's plenty of that, bro. You don't have to worry about that. Caleb, what's your drink of choice, man?
My drink of choice has always been Mountain Dew.
You like Kickstarts and stuff? What if Kickstarts got hoarded, bro?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. That's a great thing about Mountain Dew is they always have a different flavor. I mean, you got the cherry red, you got the regular Mountain Dew green. You do have the Mountain Dew dark label, which is my personal favorite. So
you're a dark label kind of guy, huh?
Yeah, it's good. Oh, that's the best. Love some of that.
Diabetes with 90 milligrams of caffeine.
Right. Yep.
Sure.
We were kind of talking wireless stuff, and we were talking about networks and things like that, and then frequently people are talking about whatever else. So we've been all over the place, Carlos. We've been talking about everything pretty much.
Sure.
I was watching Frozen earlier with my daughter. We had lasagna for dinner. What else happened today?
I thought it was gonna be ravioli, bruh.
Bruh, ravioli, man. Listen, you can't find ravioli right now.
Don't worry about it, Ricky. Thank you.
Yo, Carlos, go back in there. Look for ravioli. I dare you.
Bruh.
Look, I just stopped him on his tracks, bro. Look at that.
All I'm gonna say is this. I'm gonna say it's a drought for raviolis, bruh. It's a drought. Y'all want the Chef Boyardee? No, you're gonna have to go for the Kroger brand.
Bro, the sky just got dark like in the 2 minutes you were in that store.
Bruh. It's
alrighty. Well, see you later.
That happened, yeah. Good call, though.
Wait, how did he have better signal in the store than outside the store?
Maybe his battery died. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah, that's possible. Oh my god. Man, I do not like the canned stuff, but I know why people are stocking up, bro. They want a CYA or whatever. They don't know what's gonna happen. The way people are responding to this whole situation, it's got people worried, man. Yeah,
I think out of all everything, I think if the restaurants are closing, I wish. I'm just so surprised at that because I mean, I think closing the McDonald's and Burger Kings too. I mean, that's nuts.
I forgot that in the Galaxy you can't turn the camera. You can't use the front-facing camera like you can in an iPhone. Forgot.
Now he's gonna go off on how he hates Galaxies and loves iPhones. Here we go, bro. Go ahead, bro. Hit us with the iPhone's the best thing ever. Go ahead, bro. You got 2 minutes. Go ahead.
No, I don't need 2 minutes. I just need 2 seconds. iPhone's the best. Galaxy's garbini. That's why the new Ultra has even focus issues. Software update didn't even fix it, bruh.
Oh, you're done?
There you go. Like I said, I needed 2 seconds, bruh.
Yeah, well, let's be honest. Let's be honest. How come all of your testing is always on Galaxy phones, my dude?
Because that's the only phone that has the damn 5G at the moment. But it's all good. Once the iPhone has it,
Neener. Carlos is a wiener.
That's the only reason, bro. Because iPhone waits until they see the screw ups of the other companies on the 5G and go ahead and celebrate your Intel modems. Go ahead, bro. Enjoy. Oh, they're garbage. I know that. That's why they want back to Qualcomm. I won't deny that.
Intel modems are the same as Nokia. What was the hardware that you hate? It's the Nokia what?
The Nokia radios.
The radios that are on the tower sites.
Yeah, the Intel modems are horrible, especially if you compare the speed tests and the benchmarks between the two Snapdragons and.
I don't even talk benchmarks. I'm sitting next to my wife. We both have the same Verizon plan. She's got an iPhone XS Max, and I've got, I think at the time it was a 3AXL. I'm getting 80 megabits per second down. She's getting 60. I'm running a mid-range chip. That's supposed to be a flagship. So But I think all that's gonna kind of be put to the past now that they're going back with Qualcomm.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I'm thinking, should I drive the Beast right now, or should I still keep driving the Mini, bruh?
Who's the Beast, bro? What car are you talking about? What Beast?
The M. Should I drive the Beast?
That ain't no
right now?
Beast, bro. That thing's slow.
You're right.
Hey, Caleb, that car got like 1,100 horsepower, bro.
No, it's all good. You know, it's a car's a car. I mean, I drive a Ford F-150 truck with the eco fuel on it, the EcoBoost. But
Dude, the EcoBoosts are actually good, bro. You can
I know, I love it.
You can actually how do you call it? They got bigger turbos for them for like $2,000 for both tits to be bigger, and then you put those bad boys on with catless downpipes, do a bulldog tune flash, bro. You're pushing like 1,000 wheel horsepower.
Yo, hold on a second, bro. I don't think Caleb's into that, bro.
Well, no, I know, I kind of know what he's talking about, but I mean, the reason why
you're not going to do it, are you?
No, I mean, I'm happy with my gas mileage. I'm happy with my gas mileage on my truck. I mean, I'm able to drive, when I was in California, just drive from, Northern California to Southern California and almost back on one tank.
Well, yeah, because you got the turbos doing all the work for you.
Right, correct, yeah. And the cool part is I think it takes the E85, the ethanol, right? You can use that in there. So that just improves it even more. And it's just, I have a quad cab, right? It's a quad cab. So it's like the perfect, it's a 6 foot bed. It's a 6 foot bed truck, and it's just I love it because it's good.
What year is that, Caleb? Like an 18, 19?
No, it's not. See, I wanted to get one that has the all steel body, and the 2016, 2017 had the aluminum body, right? Yeah. So mine's a 2015 with an all steel body because it's a safer vehicle. Mm-hmm.
But the aluminum body would get you better fuel economy, wouldn't it? Because it's a little lighter.
Yeah, yes, but I kind of had to balance it out between safety and gas mileage.
Sure. So, Jamaal with the super chat. Thanks for the 99-cent Dookie. He sent the Dookie emoji with the smiley face.
The Duke.
The Dukes, bro.
The Dukes, hazards.
That would be a pretty good gift to send the legal team over at T Weenie, a flaming bag of 99-cent super chat Dookie.
No, but they already got the box, bro. They got the box of by mail, Bruh.
Hey, are we doing do you guys want to do an after party on Carlos's side?
Yeah, we can.
It's up to the audience. They decide.
Right. Well, they can decide or not. We're gonna do it. All right. Sneed decides tonight. I'm usually more diplomatic. I'm usually more diplomatic, but not today. Bro, I booted somebody off the live stream today. You missed it.
Who?
I don't know, bro. Dude was talking smack, bro. I gave him his warning. Didn't I give him warning shots, Caleb?
On the live chat?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he came back in here on like an alternate name or something. But it's just, bro.
Hey, let's put it this way: his mother should have swallowed him, bruh. That came from me, and if he has a problem, he can come to Vegas and see me, bruh.
Who was he?
I
didn't have the live chat open. Who was he talking smack about? Was it me?
No, me.
You? I'll cut.
Look, I've been called many things, bro. Nobody has ever called me rude.
I'll cut his phone service off, man.
Yeah,
no one misses my boy Sneed.
Yeah, bro. We get the flexing up in here, bro. What's up, Sully?
That's about my boy, bro. Oh, hell no.
See that? I got goons, bro. They don't even know. I got the goons.
Yeah, man. You don't mess with my boy Sneed. No way.
Bro, I'll pay for I'll even give them a business class ticket to come down here, bro, to get that business class ass whooping.
I got special moves, bro. I got the llama hoof. I got the DDT. I can hit him with the sharpshooter, bro. Like I can hit him with so many lefts, they're gonna beg for a right. You know what I'm saying? I can do it all with them, bro.
Man, come on, give me a right, bro. I'm tired of the lefts. Give it a right, bro.
Carlos, set us up for a live on your side, bro. We're gonna have some fun, man.
All right, man. I'm just like putting stuff aside because I'm gonna pick up the M right now.
It's all good, bro. Just send us over the link and we'll hop on whenever you're ready.
That sounds good, Carlos.
All right. Do me a favor, Rafi. Let me know all that donated. Give me their names. I'd like to thank them personally again. Whoever donated, how much they donated, the whole thing, that would be awesome. And then I'll kind of read it back. I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. Specifically, I want to start with the moderators, Rafi, Jamaal. Thank you guys so much for being here. Greg, I saw you earlier as well. I think Pete was here very early, but he looked like he bounced possibly. Also, I think, I don't know, he just popped out. Cesar, thanks for being here as well, moderating. I think that's it for the moderators. Big shout out to those that dropped super chats tonight. Let's see if Mike also. Mike West, thank you for moderating tonight. Appreciate you. I'm not sure. I know there was a PayPal donation. That one came from it just came in actually. Where'd it go? James with the PayPal donation. Jamaal with the super chats. Thank you for those. I think at least 2 or 3 stickers. MT Houston, Texas, big time supporter of the show. He dropped a super chat as well. I'm not sure if there's anybody else.
Like they said, Steve, give me the loot.
Yeah, Sean. We're gonna go over to Carlos's channel. He'll set up a live stream. He'll get us all connected, and we'll be over there. Matt Dub, you got it, bro. Thank you, man. Thanks for being here. And Jamaal, if you haven't already, if you haven't subscribed to his channel already, Carlos S Tech. We'll be over there. We're gonna be hanging out because Carlos likes to keep it real on his channel, and I kind of enjoy that once in a while. It's good to take the edge off, you know.
Yeah, because bro, the only reason is because right now, like, you know, you're monetized, bro, and they might crack down hard on you if you said one little wrong thing. So at least I'm not monetized yet. So, you know, I'd rather, you know, keep it down. Because we don't want Yes Means college fund to get disrupted for a while, you know, because of some dumb situations.
And Matt Sullivan, thanks for joining the Patreon, newest patron member. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I want to say, like, the Patreon is now up to like 54 members, so we're hauling now, man. We're picking up speed. We're getting some traction there.
Yeah, they're straight up. Give me the loot, bro. Man.
I'm pretty sure we're due for a Patreon exclusive live stream. That'll be next week. So, all right, here we go. Jar Cohen, $1.99 super chat. Jamaal with a 5, a $1.99, and a 99. Thank you for that. MT Houston, Texas with the 5. Roman and the Prey with a $4.99 and a $1.99. Roman, thank you for that. That's pretty much it. We'll head over to Carlos's side of things. 10 minutes, Carlos?
I say about 10 to 20 minutes. Right now, I'm just going. I gotta stop by my mom's house and pick up the M because I keep it parked there, so it's in the garage, you know.
Yeah, that sounds good. I gotta charge my phone anyways.
All right, cool. We'll see you guys over there. Thank you guys for watching. On behalf of Caleb, the resident engineer, and Carlos, the resident, pretty much everything else that's not on the engineering side. So the phones and the networks, and then the SMT. I'm just here trying to be pretty in front of the camera to help generate money for Yasmin. So other than that, that wraps up tonight's show. Thank you guys for being here, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
Peace. Peace.